welcome to Bird and Goose Happy Hour. Now, it's a little later than happy hour today, but we are here at the Kraken house. You can see behind me, this house is gorgeous. This is one of the must-see spots in New Orleans during Halloween time because it's just so stinking cool. So today we were inspired to make some holiday Halloween cocktails with your favorite Halloween candy. So I created some interesting cocktails that should pair really nicely with the kids' Halloween candy. So make sure you steal a couple pieces and make these cocktails. We're actually going to talk to the guy who owns the Kraken house. Come on, David. Come on around. Come on around. So, y'all, this is David. He owns the Kraken house. Thank you so much for letting us use your house
and show us.
So, how did this all come about?
I wish I could say that this was premeditated in any way, shape, or form, but this was honestly just kind of drunken shenanigans between my wife and I. My wife is very big into Halloween, and Michelle, and during 2020 in Halloween, we were online, and I was searching for ridiculous inflatables, and found it, ordered it, got the tentacles here. She had already bought the skeletons and the dragon on the side of the house, but the tentacles got here and she didn't want to put them up because she said it didn't match her skeletons. I said that was a really weird hill to die on, but just rolled with it. But yeah. Mardi Gras rolled around and she said that she was going to put them up for Mardi Gras since the tentacles are purple, green, and gold. And well, I thought it was a stupid idea. I was like, that has nothing to do with anything. And then the house went viral around the world. So it shows you what I know. You should always listen to your wife.
But, absolutely. So yeah. I know you guys have had some publicity with this. Have you guys been in some famous papers or magazines?
We've been in everything from Washington Post to BBC, Reuters, CNN. I mean, you name it. Everything from the Shive to the Atlantic to pick it. This was easily one of the most shared photos of Mardi Gras 2021. So it's been interesting. We've tried to leverage a lot of the publicity that we've gotten to raise money for some charitable causes. Grace at the Greenlight, Crew of House Floats, Culture Aid NOAA was another big one. Live from the Funky Uncle. We're really trying to support cultural bearers and artists and musicians that were really put to task during the COVID shutdown, especially during Carnival season. So many people shared a lot.
Plans for expansion?
It's really hard to figure out where we want to go from here. We have added a bunch of lights this year, courtesy of Philips Hue. They sent us a whole bunch of new lights, so awesome. That's cool. I think they got a little bit of attention based off of the house being shared so many times. But I think there's something to be said with almost the simplicity and symmetry of the house. So I don't want to mess it up. Yeah. It's already ridiculous. I don't know how much more ridiculous we can get from here, but you know what? I'm sure Michelle have a great idea. We'll roll with it. And it'll go viral again. Well, on social media, the Kraken House NOAA. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So.
Yeah, well, thank you so
much.
Appreciate it. Thanks for doing this.
I'll make you a cocktail and bring it over.
Sounds like a plan. I'll take care.
All right, what are we making?
So our first cocktail is one of my favorite Halloween candies. It's Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Going to do a jam cocktail. I had never heard of a jam cocktail before, but once I figured it out,
it's like a party jam.
It's a party jam. Actually, you use a jam or preserve in the cocktail, so you get a little sweet, you get a little fruit. It's delicious. So what we're gonna do is take a shaker, fill it with some ice. We are going to add 2 ounces of rum, or you could use a vodka, you could use a gin. I personally like the rum. We're using our friends over at Happy Raptor Distilling. We're using their crystal rum today. So you're gonna put 2 ounces in there. Then we're going to add a 1/4 ounce of lemon juice. You want to balance out that sweetness of the jam because the jam is pretty sweet. 1/4 ounce there. And then you're going to add a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of, I'm using raspberry jam. You could use orange, you could use strawberry, you could really use whatever jam you like.
As you can see, our neighborhood, everybody's driving by. So
this is definitely live, y'all. We are live, we are live. Okay, so I did a tablespoon and a half of our jam.
Now, do you regret the raspberry because of the seeds?
Yeah, this jam, thanks for reminding me of that. This jam does have seeds in it. Well, I'm gonna have to strain this because you obviously don't want seeds in your cocktail.
Right.
So yes, I would probably.
You can get seedless raspberry jam.
You can get seedless raspberry jam. So probably next time I would definitely do that. And then what we're gonna do is add a couple of dashes of Peychaud's bitters. This is actually made here in New Orleans. Just a couple of this is going to give kind of more balance to the cocktail with that sweetness. You're going to add some dry ice.
I would not.
Dry ice.
I would not add this much.
It's gonna be a pretty ridiculous cocktail.
But what's a spooky cocktail without dry ice? Do not drink the ice.
Do not drink the ice. So what I recommend is putting a piece in. This is why I'm making this cocktail first and let it boil and bubble and trouble and all the good things and wait till it completely melts, because if you take a drink of this, you're gonna hurt yourself. Also, make sure you do not touch the dry ice. Make sure to use tongs. Do not let small children around. Dry ice can be very dangerous. But how stinking cool is that? It's like a spooky witch cocktail. I love it. Okay, we'll let that sit off to the side and bubble, boil, and trouble. And it goes great with Reese's. So we're gonna leave that right there. I love my little, you've seen this glass before if you've been on Kitsch before. My awesome skeleton glass. I'm gonna fill it up with some ice. Just like that. You're going to add 2 ounces of gin. You can use gin, you can use vodka. Don't know if I'd recommend rum because I don't know really how the rum and the really sweet orange is going to be.
Might be a little
try it. Why not? We're using a little bit of gin tonight, so 2 ounces of gin. And then you're going to take your favorite orange soda. I'm sure you're going to have this at a party with your kids for Halloween. Why not spike it and make it delicious for you? So we're going to add your orange soda.
You might need more than 2 ounces of gin.
You might need a little more gin in here.
Halloween.
If you want it.
Trick-or-treating with the kids.
Yes, you may want it a little more spiked. What's great about this glass is if you live in New Orleans, you can walk around with your go beverage. This has a lid and a straw. Perfect for parents. Trick-or-treating. This is the cocktail for you. Steal your kids' Tootsie Roll. Have a little gin and orange. It's delicious. Perfect. Perfect little mix. So I'm going to put that guy right there. Okay. This is our controversial candy. Candy corn. Some people love it. Some people hate it. I'm kind of the ones that I like candy corn. I don't really see an issue with it. It's sweet. It's got a little bit of honey vibes.
You only get it at Halloween, so that works out.
Yeah, you only get it in Halloween, so I feel like that's kind of why you eat candy corn. So what we're going to do is kind of make a riff off of an old-fashioned. My stepdad really likes scotch, so we're going to use scotch today in this riff on an old-fashioned. So I'm using the Glenmorangie single malt Scotch whiskey. It's their brand called X. They specifically made this to be a good like blended scotch, so you can mix it with cocktails and things like that. It's a little lighter, I found, in flavor. It's not so strong, and it's great to mix in with cocktails. So this one we don't need a shaker. This one you're just going to make right in the glass. Add some ice. You're going to add 2 ounces of the scotch.
You could also add whiskey.
Yeah, you could do whiskey with this too,
Just
or
like a bourbon.
yeah,
whiskey.
bourbon would be good with this too. And then 2 ounces of Frangelico. Frangelico is a hazelnut liqueur, so it gives a nice kind of like nutty vibe to it. I did equal parts, but if you want to do like the 2 ounces of scotch and maybe 1 ounce of Frangelico, because Frangelico is a little bit on the sweeter side, I personally like it a little more sweet in this cocktail just because candy corn is so sweet to start with. So you're going to add that in. I should have gotten a bigger glass, but you know, party on. Party on. And then you're going to add some bitters. These are actually made locally here in New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
It's a company called El Guapo. They make some really interesting bitters, like some things that I've never seen before. This one is their chicory pecan, and I felt like that nuttiness was going to be really nice with this cocktail.
They sell a little sampler if you're not used to bitters. If you're not used to using them and want to try them, they sell a little kit, and it has 4 or 5 of their bitters. That I think is a good introduction. To using them because
Absolutely.
they're a little intimidating.
Yeah, bitters can be a weird thing. Like you know them in cocktails, but it's like, how do you use them? I'm gonna do a couple nice big dashes. This, that, and if I had a spoon, we would mix it around. So we're just gonna do kind of one of these, the classy stir. And I found these adorable candy corn marshmallows. How stinking cute are these? So we made just a little skewer. Gonna add that right on top. And there you go. You got your nutty old fashioned. I think Bill will really like this. I decided to do a play on a White Russian. White Russian is delicious. Vodka, heavy cream, and Kahlua. So what we're gonna do is add a little salted caramel. I felt like when I eat a Twix, it kind of gives me almost like a coffee vibe. Like I almost feel like I want it like blended in like a milkshake or something like that. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take our glass and I'm going to drizzle some salted caramel. So what I did is I put it in a plastic bag. I use the salted caramel topping for ice cream because it's a little bit thicker. If you use the stuff that you put like in your coffee in the morning, it's not going to be as like stiff.
It'll still taste great.
It'll still taste amazing. It just won't look pretty. And this may have sat out here in the New Orleans heat, even though it's October and we're at
but it was cold today.
60, 65.
It's cold today.
It's a little chilly. So what I'm gonna do is you can use a piping bag, you can put it in a squeeze bottle. I just went easy. Put it in a little plastic bag, cut the tip off, and then you're gonna take your glass and you're just gonna make some little swirls.
I don't know, it's not just
it's sticking pretty well.
Cool.
But yeah, definitely use the caramel topping just because it's going to have a thicker consistency. And again, this kind of reminds me of when you go to the coffee shop and get your coffee. Okay, so now we're going to shake up a White Russian. 2 ounces of vodka of your choice. We're using Tito's. You can whatever flavor vodka you like. 2 ounces of that. 1 ounce of a coffee liqueur. We have Kahlua.
Because we put it in brownies.
Because we put it in brownies. We put Kahlua in a lot of things over ice cream just because it's Tuesday. Kahlua is delicious. A lot of the distilleries here also make their own coffee liqueur. So whichever one you like, use that. 1 ounce of coffee liqueur. And then 1 ounce of heavy cream. You can also use milk. You could use half and half. I like the heavy cream the best just because I feel like it froths a little nicer and just tastes. Heavy cream just tastes better. Okay.
And you're not using a lot. So.
No, you're only using an ounce. So make sure your shaker's on real tight. Take it away from your partner, your guests. Do not want flying
Awkward.
drink everywhere.
Awkward.
Very awkward. Okay. Now, pour this into our caramelized glass. Perfect. And then we are going to garnish it with a Twix bar, because why not? There you go. A salted caramel White Russian. favorite candies is Sour Patch Kids. So I wanted to make something that would kind of go with that sweet, sour vibe. This is going to be a crazy cocktail, but it's actually really delicious. So what we're going to do is we are going to take some ice. What we're going to do is we're going to add some ice, a couple of spoonfuls. Then we're going to add 1 ounce of strawberry moonshine. This stuff is strong.
Or the moonshine of your
Or your
flavor
yeah,
choice.
whatever flavor you like. I personally like more of kind of that strawberry, raspberry, cherry kind of vibe, and especially with the topping we're gonna put on this cocktail, I thought that it would go really well together. But again, whatever flavor that you like. So we're gonna add 1 ounce of that. Add this is a little more than a half an ounce, but a half an ounce of lemon juice because you want to get that sweet, just a little sweet sour vibe. Then I'm going to add a little bit of grenadine just to make it a little more red and also give it a little bit of sweetness. If you didn't, you don't have to put this in. I might put a little bit of simple syrup, just again, probably about 1/4 of an ounce of grenadine. Just like that. And then I'm going to plop it in a shaker, put the top on. Wish me luck. It's a gentle snack on the table. And then we're going to fill our glass with some ice. Plop our little strainer on the top. Pour this in our glass. Perfect. I'm going to add a little bit of club soda to the top of this. You can use sparkling water. I don't know if I necessarily use tonic water because it might give it a little kind of a sour. Now for the fun part. We're going to put a matcha foam on the top of this drink. This actually was inspired by a cocktail that we had at Disney just recently. It was, I don't even remember what was in it, but it had a layer of this green kind of foam on the top of it.
And their villain's lair.
And their villain's layers. I thought it was perfect for this Halloween-inspired cocktail. So what I did is I took matcha powder, which you can get at pretty much anywhere now. It's a very green, concentrated green tea. Took a little bit of water. I took maybe about a teaspoon. Took some water and diluted it just to get it not so crunchy because it is a powder. And then I took an egg white and frothed it. So I'm just using a little hand frother. You can put this in your blender. If you really wanted to get an arm exercise, you could whip it with a whisk, but that would just take forever, I think. So just get it as frothy as you can. Okay, and this is good as it's gonna get. And we're gonna pour this right on top. It's gonna look kind of like a spooky latte. There you go. And to top it off, we're gonna add a couple gummy worms just for our sweet and sour cocktail. There you go.
Very nice.
Yeah. So we'll put all these recipes on our channel just so you guys can taste them, use them, drink them, see how you like them. Again, thank you so much for joining us this evening. And again, thanks to David and the awesome Kraken house. It was a beautiful backdrop for this. Don't forget to like us and follow us, and also follow us on our Instagram as well. So thanks, you guys.
Thank you. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. See ya.